Coin 6 also digging deeper tonight into court documents that lay out a wild series of events outside a downtown Portland restaurant.
According to police, 3 men had one goal, and that was to kidnap a man they accused of burglary. One of those suspects is a Portland firefighter.
Our Liz Burt spent the day going through the criminal court documents, and she joins us live. Liz, what are you learning from those documents?
Jeff, according to those documents, it was an Uber driver who saw someone being forced at gunpoint into a black Range Rover. Those documents say it happened around here, Southwest Broadway, Southwest Taylor. Court documents Coin obtained describe a terrifying scene in a busy area of downtown Portland. They say one of the suspects forced the victim into a Range Rover at gunpoint. They say the victim braced himself against the doorframe to avoid being forced in, but was unsuccessful. Coin is choosing not to name that victim to protect his identity. Those documents say officers spoke with the victim's friends, who said he'd been at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse for dinner, and said when the victim stepped outside, the suspects pointed a gun at him and pistol whipped him. According to the documents, the victim's friends told officers they and the victim had, quote, burglarized a weed shop called the Oregon Hemp House about a week prior and had taken product from the dispensary, end quote. Officers went there and found the suspects nearby, firefighter Douglas Borland and 2 other men, Hong Lee and Edward Simmons. The affidavit of probable cause goes on to say Borland had believed the victim had, quote, burglarized his business and stolen marijuana, end quote. They say he wanted to teach the victim a lesson, so they took the victim to a marijuana farm in Estacada and put him in a storage container. The documents say the suspects gave the address to law enforcement and they found him alive. Hong Lee, Edward Simmons, and Douglas Borland now all face multiple kidnapping charges. In a statement, Portland Fire and Rescue's chief told Coin, quote, service, community, and sacrifice are central to what it means to be a Portland firefighter. I am gravely concerned by the details of this arrest, but will closely follow the legal proceedings before forming an opinion about what has occurred. On the surface, these are horrific charges and justice needs to be served, end quote. Portland Fire and Rescue wasn't able to tell us what kind of leave Borland was on, but Coin put in a public records request for that information. And I did ask police today about the condition of the victim. They tell me they don't know the severity of his injuries, but they say he was not taken to the hospital. Live in downtown Portland, Liz Birch, Coin 6 News.